Miss Shirley is being pimped out. Okay, and when I say Miss Shirley, I'm talking about the little child, the little girl that's doing the boots on the ground. You know, she's stomping and, with the fan, the little dance, boots on the ground. So a lot of y'all have been asking me for my opinion on this little girl and her mama, and people are calling CPS on the mama for exploiting her child. So here is my 2 cents, and I'm going to call it as I see it. I don't care who gets mad. It is what it is. Yes, that little girl is being exploited and pimped out by her mama. What y'all got to understand, her mama, they from what? Georgia, South Carolina, they from the South, right? The deep South. And this is why, I tried moving to the South and it just doesn't work for me. I've tried dating men from the South, doesn't work for me because there's a slave mentality in the deep South. All them states, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, y'all got to understand something about black folks, especially the older black folks in those deep southern states. Let me go somewhere else with this. The women. Most women, I'm not going to say all, I do believe there's a small percentage of women from the South that are not toxic, but the majority of women from the deep South are pick-me's, mammies, mules, female narcissists, coverts, narcissistic as hell, money hungry, male-centered, misogynistic, full of self-hatred, want to be like whitey, copies and mimics the white man, wants to be validated by the white man. They actually hate the color of their skin. They're colorists. I notice with a lot of dark-skinned women from the deep South, they don't like themselves. The men too. So, they want to be with a light-skinned man and or white man, husband, boyfriend, so they can have mixed babies. And the same for the men with the dark skin from the South. Shannon Sharp, for instance. They're either going to mess with a white woman or a high yellow, light-skinned black woman because they don't like their own dark skin. It's called self-hatred. So I really have an issue with most men and women, black men and women from the South, because they are so, the self-hatred is real. Them people down South voted for Donald Trump because they want to be just like the white man. They hate the color of their skin. The women, they let men abuse them. The women are toxic as fuck. So when I see this little girl dancing and gyrating her hips and people think it's cute, or when I see her mama doing meet and greets where grown-ass men are holding this baby and taking photographs with her for a fee. Her mama is, in my opinion, a greedy narcissist. This is what narcissists are. Female narcissists are money hungry. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Female narcissists, all they care about is the money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Female narcissists will sell their soul for $1. Sprinkle, sprinkle, even if it means pimping out their sons and daughters. Do y'all turn on the news and hear these stories? I heard a woman pimped out her 10-year-old little girl for some drugs. She allowed the man to take her daughter for $2,000. That man did everything dirty to her little girl while she was off getting high. Narcissistic women pimp out their little girls. They exploit their little girls. If, mama has a boyfriend, or if mama has a man in the house, be it daddy or the stepfather, and that man molest her daughter, if mama's a narcissist, mama is going to keep the man in the house and kick her daughter out. Mama is not going to let that abusive man go. However, she will pimp her daughter out and look the other way while the man touches and molests her daughter just to keep the man in the house. Mama don't give a fuck about her daughter. See where I'm going with this? The female narcissist is money hungry and transactional. Miss Shirley's mama is a fucking narcissist, pimping and exploiting her little girl. There's no way my child will be gyrating and moving her hips around and poking her butt out and everybody making a spectacle of my child, and I'm pimping and getting money and getting paid from it. And I'm allowing men to pick up my baby and take photos. These men are perverts. Why are you breaking your neck, sir, to take pictures with a 3-year-old child? A little girl. Not standing there holding her hand. No, you want to pick her up. People from the South are fucking weird. I said, I don't give a fuck who get mad because I live down there. I tried living in South Carolina. I tried living in Texas. I've lived in Louisiana. All 3 states, it's the same goddamn bullshit. Black people in the deep South are whitewashed. They are highly narcissistic. And we have to remember, many of the plantations were started down there. I believe a lot of the land in the deep South is cursed by the slave masters from slaughtering our people. And that demonic spirit lingers there. The mentality is different in the South with black people. They hate themselves. The women are pick-me's, mammies, and mules. Having a baby just to control a nigga. Letting a man touch on your daughter to control a nigga and keep him in the house. Exploiting your daughter, pimping your daughter out for $1 and a nigga. That's how they are in the deep South. So I'm not surprised by the actions of Miss Shirley's mama. Calling CPS ain't gonna do shit, y'all. Actually, let's just say if CPS, Child Protective Services, were to actually, invade and take, the child away, foster care ain't no better. If that little girl get taken away, she's screwed either way, because when you go into the system, when these children go into foster care, they all types of horrible things happen to them. What I foresee happening, this child is going to be groomed by her own mama. Her and her mama are going to have, this is like Portia of the Housewives. You see Portia and her mama, they are both very toxic women. Portia's mama, is it Miss Diane? Portia's mama has groomed and trained Portia to be a fucking gold digger and a Jezebel. This is what we're going to see with Miss Shirley and her mama. Her mama is so thirsty and money hungry and male centered. She's going to train and groom her child. Money talks. Morals go out the window. That's why she's allowing this 3-year-old baby to work her hips and shake her hips in front of grown men and bend her booty over. And they think it's cute, stomping with the boots. And it's nothing cute about it. It's disgusting. I'm against it. But what we're seeing, this is how narcissistic women, especially in the South, the female narcissist will exploit her daughter. Even if it means bringing men around her daughter, all her mama care about is that coin, honey. Y'all got to start studying these relationships between narcissistic women and their daughters. Jada Pinkett Smith and her mama. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, look how she is with her mama. Same thing, narcissistic duo. Portia and her mama. Okay? A lot of women have toxic, they tied to their daughters at the hip. And they groom their daughters to be toxic. And they exploit their daughters. Mama's pimping the hell. This is going to be a sad relationship. And the way that this little girl is going to be groomed and trained by her mama, her mama's going to create a future narcissist. Mark my words. CPS ain't going to do shit about it. They not.